Hello, everybody. We should be live. There we go. Hope you're all doing well. I don't expect to be real long on the live stream. I'm actually uh, working on a headache, trying not to get one. I am over at my hotel room right now. Just got back here probably about 30 minutes ago from D23 Expo, taking a bit of a break, and it happened to be a good time because I got in my room right as it started to rain and blow from this hurricane coming up the coast. D23 Expo, I was at the Legends session this morning where they inducted all the new Disney legends. Got to hear Bob Chapek get booed. Yes, he definitely got a good round of boos. The guy right next to me, he was. Roar! I just kind of sat quiet. But they inducted all the new legends, had a real nice tribute to Chadwick Boseman. His brother was the one who received the award. And then they hinted at a announcement coming on Sunday morning at the parks of a fairly big change. I don't want to give too much because I know they live streamed the session. But it was very interesting to know that they are definitely planning at least one major big announcement coming up on Sunday morning. So looking forward to that. Actually like the Legends ceremony for the most part. There were a couple that I didn't think deserved to be in there yet. But for the most part, I was very happy to see the ones that they did induct. I like to see a little bit more on the park side and less on the, hey, look, they've been in one TV series. But overall, it was really nice. And I realized I forgot to grab my pin. 1 second. So here we go. One of the things that was nice was everybody that was at the Legends induction ceremony got a pin special just for it. Yeah, that's a pretty good size pin there. They do have a very large, giant Mickey statue out there, and that's going to be part of the D23 gold packages as miniature versions of that next year. Not a whole lot by way of announcements with this first session. They had the induction. They did play a lead video for the Tron roller coaster, so implying that there's an announcement coming up about that pretty soon. They did show some visuals from the new Moana Garden in Epcot and showed some of the other rides that have opened recently, but didn't seem to leak a whole lot other than the one announcement. And I'll be honest, part of the reason I'm kind of forgetting or not telling you what it was is because of the migraine. I'm actually having a little bit of a hard time remembering what exactly it was. But it was, you're definitely going to have some big announcements coming up. They did also hint at some new Marvel announcements coming up, potentially another new Marvel movie or two that they have not announced, so we can expect to hear those. But not a whole lot there. So first impressions of D23 Expo. Now, I have been to a couple different Comic Cons. I have been to other conventions or show, and this is interesting. I've heard various numbers of 30 to 40,000 people that are supposed to be at this. I don't know exactly how many. My first impression is they've oversold it for the amount of space that is available. And it's a 45 minutes to an hour wait to get food at the different places to eat because it's just huge long lines. Trying to get around anywhere is very difficult. It's very, very crowded, more so than any other convention I've been at. I was there ridiculously early. I was there at 7 o'clock for my 10:30 session, which I had a guaranteed seat in because of the reservation system. And and yes, we have a spammer. Yeah, goodbye, spammer. Block. Goodbye. Okay, let's get rid of them. Sorry about the spam. That's not very Disney-like, is it? So... And yeah. Okay, so hopefully we got that. But got there ridiculously early for a seat I had guaranteed. They put us down essentially in the basement in all these taped off areas to wait. And so I waited almost 3 hours before they finally got us up to our seats. I only had about 15 people in front of me in the line and ended up second row there, but they had a whole huge section in front of us that we weren't able to get into. And it was not the ones that paid $1,000 for their reserve seats. It was just other people that came in. So it was really kind of odd, strange. I was kind of like, I waited all this time for a seat. It wouldn't have been that much of a bigger deal to have come in later and waited. And then they had some sessions where the people who had waited all that time for the seats downstairs, as soon as they started to get them upstairs, they opened the doors up for anybody else to go in. So it's kind of like, why are we waiting in the basement for hours? Yeah, it was really odd. And then the shopping stuff, the way they've got it, all of their main shopping areas, to use them, you actually have to get into a virtual queue first. So you go into the D23 app, the Expo app, pick the shopping thing, select the store you want to get in the virtual queue for. It then jumps you to a web page, which then jumps you to the Disneyland app to get in that virtual queue, where you then find out that there's no more seats available. So then you go back to the D23 app, pick a different store. It bounces you to a website, which then bounces you to the Disneyland app, which then again tells you that there's no spots available. It's really convoluted, and at times it doesn't connect quickly. And then if you do get into that virtual queue, you get to wait hours to then get into another line that is an hour or two long. It's really not very well set up. It's like, if you're in a virtual queue, shouldn't you be able to walk up in just a few minutes? And I mean, there's a couple hundred people in these lines. It's like, what's the point of the virtual queue if you've got to go wait in a long line anyways? So not with the conventions and conferences and stuff I've been to, this one seems like the most convoluted, crowded, and poorly organized. I don't know. I am going to try and hopefully get over to later today. Once I get my headache down a bit, we've still got about 4.5 hours left of it. And I do want to try and get a little more time in and kind of walk the floor and stuff. The one thing I did discover is my scooter there. You don't want to go around on the floor with that. You can't get anywhere. So when I go back, I will probably park my scooter in a hall, and I will take a slow walk to get around because, let's see, David Neal. So what you're saying is it works out about as well as Genie Plus. I'll be honest, David, Genie Plus in the parks works amazing compared to this. Genie Plus at Disneyland, at least, is fantastic compared to this. Genie Plus at Walt Disney World is very good compared to how this is working. Here's how well Disney has been doing this. Disney's D23 Expo app actually had a whole lot of blanks in it for that you would tap on something like shopping experiences or talent, meeting with talent, coming soon. They didn't update that until the day before D23. If you wanted the rules for the cosplay competition, they didn't show up in the app until the day before D23 started. There's just been a lot of ways that Disney has really slipped and they have not done a good job with this, not like they should. That's why it was kind of interesting when Bob Chapek walked out and he got booed pretty well. I was like, well, and I didn't even realize how bad it was at that point. I am looking forward to going back. They do have a lot of other things there I do want to try and see and try to fight through the crowds to get in and stuff. I think they might explain more about the new Fantasmic Disney World. I do think that is probably on tap. Absolutely. Do they have a celebrity panel? If you're thinking like a Comic-Cons, no. They do have a number of different panels. So what I saw with the Legends, every single one of them inducted outside of three. Two because they had passed on, and one because he was not feeling well. All the others were there along with their family and friends and everything. They had the cast from Encanto come out and sing "What About We Don't Talk About Bruno" at the end of it. Most of these panels do have celebrities on them, but Disney has arranged it in such a way that you can't ask questions or participate like you would say at a Comic-Con. It's just, here's the announcements, here's what we're going to talk about, and bye. So it's a little different that way. But yes, there are a lot of celebrities around. So, Thomas, this never has sounded so convoluted before. I am surprised, having been to a couple different, not the big MegaCon in Orlando or the Comic-Con San Diego, although it's not that far away for that one. But I have been to conventions that have had 20, 30. I've been to a Comic-Con that had 50,000 people at it. And they were organized and so much smoother than this. Didn't have hour-long waits for food. It seems like, I don't understand why we waited in one line to try to get some food. And honestly, in 20 minutes, I think we waited. The only movement we really had was when people got out of line and left. Which we eventually did too. So, yeah. Any word on if they're streaming the Pixar and Disney panel? I don't think so, but if you go to the live stream site, it should have a full listing of everything that they do have a live stream for. I know that the Parks panel, I believe, is supposed to be live streamed. Craig, they took questions at the end of Explorers. Okay, good. So they do have some that they do that. Of course, I'm basically booked into all the big panels where you've got 3,000 people sitting there, so they won't take questions there. Do you think they will make Star Wars Land better? Honestly, I'm not sure what they're going to do with it. I like Galaxy's Edge. I really do. I'm in a minority. I'm actually okay with them not doing it with a specific like Tatooine or something like that, but something new. I don't know if I like the idea of mixing the generations and having Darth Vader and Kylo Ren there together. I would like to see him do more walk-around characters. I'm not sure what else they could really do to make it better other than add in more characters and another ride experience and a couple things like that. So, but I think they do want to expand it. I really do. It's obviously the most popular areas in the parks. I am sure they will be doing some other stuff with it to bring more people. But I don't think you're going to see anything major come with it. Tristan, I don't think Galaxy's Edge will change for a while. I don't think you're going to see major changes by any means, but I wouldn't be surprised if you see something. David, I'd be surprised if there's any earth-shattering park announcements. Let me just say that what they hinted at this morning is going to be big. It will definitely be big. And it's going to be more than just annual passes. It is something that's definitely coming in the parks. Tom, the big concern is Tomorrowland thing. That was definitely not what they were hinting at. I have no idea if they're going to announce anything for Tomorrowland or not. They definitely need to do something at both Tomorrowlands to give it some attention and love. We'll see. The one thing I do think they will definitely be announcing is actual closure dates on the Splash Mountains, and I would not be surprised if they announce an opening date for Tron. I think those will definitely be there. We will see what else shows up. There will be a definite big announcement, though, on Sunday with the parks. So that's kind of my impressions at this point. Lots going on, lots of crowds, long lines for everything. There are some neat freebies around if you can get to them. And when I say that, I mean when you can get to them, because it's shoulder to shoulder. This is like Christmas season at Disney World. It's that packed. So, yeah. But in any case, Parker kind of alludes something to as far as people being Disney legends. I think I talked about there's some people I think they're making legends that I don't think deserve to be it yet. If you've only done one TV series for Disney, I don't think that's it. But Let's see. Craig, at SEA, they hinted something about Asian Space Mountain. Yeah, they did. Like I said, they're dropping some hints that there's some big stuff coming. So keep your eyes out on it. They do live stream a lot of the sessions, especially the ones that'll have the bigger announcements. So you can keep a track on those. I am not going to be able to film in the sessions I tried to get a couple segments filmed, but basically where they're letting the common folk sit, you can't get good footage because of how far away it is and the crowds and everything else. So it is definitely hard to do that. So I'm just concentrating on listening and trying to enjoy it. And I'll get a couple clips here and there, but most of it will be available on. And then, especially with tomorrow and Sunday morning, I'm going to be writing notes so I can remember what they say, because I think that would probably be helpful. So, Randy, is someone with ADHD that line situation sounds like a personal heck. It can definitely be overwhelming. Absolutely. That's part of the reason why it took us 20 minutes to just find an exit to the building. And we actually asked a cast member and they were like, so yeah, that was, it could definitely be done better. So hopefully they will learn from it. But in any case, that's about all I'm going to drop on you right now. Do plan on going back, doing some shopping and taking care of some other things, and hopefully be able to give you some more footage from around the floor. And hopefully when I'm not so overwhelmed, so I can actually shoot some decent footage. Craig, definitely not a good place for ADHD, autism, etc. If you can get overstimulated easily, this will do it. So anyways, there's just my quickie for you. Quick rundown. I will definitely be giving you a lot more stuff from the floor too. Right now, I got a headache to kill. So thank you so much, everybody, for dropping in real quick. And there'll be a lot more coming, especially once they really start making announcements and stuff. So thanks so much. We will catch you all tomorrow at about the same time.